The 12th and most difficult law of the universe, that is the most difficult one to comprehend, is the law of gender. Today we're going to go over how it works and exactly how you can make use of it to give yourself certainty to be an achiever. Hello again, everybody. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. And I once again invite you to join Eli and me. We're going to finish up our series on the universal laws, and I strongly recommend that you stick around to the end because we're going to go through the success formula, and you will see when we go through the success formula how we use all 12 of the universal laws. All right, well, first of all, let's talk about the law of gender. And when people think about the law of gender, they think of male, female, the yin, the yang. And there's some truth to that, all right? They feel that there's some similarity to the law of polarity, which is one of the other laws that we discussed previously. But it's really not. You know, the law of polarity is not exactly the same, although if you look at my two marriages, you might think that the law of gender and the law of polarity are the same. But however, I digress. Let's go over the law of gender. And what the law of gender is really all about is the gestation period that it takes for someone to succeed once they devise a plan. Once a seed is planted until the tree bears fruit. Now I'm going to get some help here today from Suryam Athri, a gentleman of Indian descent, who I looked up a lot of different things and I found that he was the one that explained it the best. The law of gestation, according to the Oxford Dictionary, defines gestation as the process or period of developing inside the womb between conception and birth, or the development of something over a period of time. The law of gestation applies to every aspect of our life. Every business you build, every goal you're striving to achieve, everything big or small, things that you're working to make possible, they take time to grow and mature before you can finally see the result. Like we said, it's like planting a tree. You got to start by planting the seed, and then the seed will eventually take its own sweet time. All you can do is provide the right environment and water it every day. The same principle goes for any business or any goal that you're trying to achieve. You do all you can, you work hard, but you can't force a result. The result evolves through its own time. Now that doesn't mean that you stop putting through the effort. Right efforts are equally important, but the most important aspect of all is your persistence. To be precise, when you start something, keep doing it until it shows the desired results. Now, I'm sure you've all heard the story about the guy that had a gold mine, and he's digging, he doesn't get anywhere. Finally, he gives up, he sells the property, somebody buys it, and 3 feet from where he had last dug is the huge gold mine. All right? One of the things I always like to point out to people when talking about gestation is the birth of a child. All right? Now, we know that it takes 9 months from conception to birth. So don't ask to see the baby at the end of 4 months. You're not going to get the baby that you're hoping to get. That's the point. So most of the things that we pursue in life, business opportunities, goals that we set for ourselves, yeah, we set a deadline, we set a timeline because we want to keep ourselves focused and work continuously and work hard continuously. But unlike a baby, a human baby that is, the gestation period is an unknown. You don't know how long it's going to take to get from point A to point B to point C to get to the finish line. So that's why you have to keep your vision clear in your head. You have to see that end result happening. And in order to make use of these 12 universal laws that we're talking about, the law of gender, once again, is mostly about the gestation period, that you have to be patiently impatient and wait for it. You keep working, keep driving, keep visualizing and be persistent with it until you reach the finish line. So I'm going to go over with you right now something that I know will be helpful to you. I've talked about this before, and I want to be very clear with you because what this channel is all about is becoming successful. So let's go over the rules for success. What does it take? What acts do I need to follow? And keep in mind that as you go over this 12-part series on the laws of the universe, how they're all included in this formula. Okay? Now, when you examine the habits of successful people, a lot of people think that there's different ways to reach the promised land that we call success. But when you speak to that successful 5%er, you find that they have virtually all used the same formula. Now, volumes have been written on this subject, beginning with the Bible and continuing to the present day, but the formula is always the same. Number one, you have to have a dream and become obsessed with it. Your dream must have no limitations. The first law of the universe is order. All of the components that we're going to use to achieve our goal, they've all been here. There's nothing new coming down from the universe. So what we have to do is take what's here and put it in the proper order. Or the way I like to refer to it is unfold things in an organized way. Anything that's ever been invented started with a dream. The components of progress, like we said, have always been there. If you wanted to build a computer day one, if you knew all the things you had to do, you could do it because all the components are there. Finally, somebody put the pieces of the puzzle in their proper order. You must have a vision of your dream, and you must spend time every day seeing yourself already accomplishing that dream as if it's already been accomplished. All right, so once again, the law of vibration, you're sending out the vibe, you're seeing your vision. Keep in mind all the things that we've talked about in these 12 universal laws. They're all included in the success formula. Number three, your vision must be positive. For example, you've got to want to be wealthy. You've got to see yourself in that house, see the swimming pool, see the cars, smell the new car smell, see yourself on your private jet. Whatever your vision is, you have to see it in a positive light instead of saying, I want to get out of debt. Why? Because the universe will focus in on your one major thought. If the universe receives a transmission with the word debt, with the vision of debt in it, I want to get out of debt, guess what transmission it's going to send to you in return? Right? So keep your dreams positive. Number four, you got to make a rough draft game plan to begin. You don't need to know every detail that's going to bring you to the culmination of your dream. The key is not to get every single step from start to finish. The key is to get to the starting line. Now, just as you get in your car and you stop at red lights, you got to anticipate that the journey's not going to be green lights all the way to the destination. There's going to be potholes and detours. And number five, you got to learn to make failure your teacher and not your undertaker. You've got to be persistent. Failure is only feedback. What is it telling you? It's the universe helping you. People look at failure as like, oh, I'm a failure. You can't look at things that way. The way to look at things is you tried something, it didn't work. That's the universe telling you, try something else. That's not the right way. Look at it from a different angle. Try a different paradigm. Go back to your vision. See the end result. Don't include your failures in your transmission to the universe, right? Only include the end result. And you will get little bits and pieces that'll help you look at things from a different angle, from a different paradigm, to make small, minute adjustments. Those are the things that help take you from failure to success. You've got to be under the heading of persistence. You've got to be so focused on your long-term goal that the short-term disappointments that plague all of us are not going to derail you from your track of success. You've got to understand that there's a gestation period for achievement. We talked about gestation just 2 seconds ago. A pregnancy takes 9 months. Don't ask to see the baby after 5 months. The challenge is, once again, that you don't know how long it's going to take to achieve your goal. So you've got to be patiently impatient until the gestation period is complete. If you don't know, everything is a positive step, a positive step. You're learning, okay, this is not the way to do it, right? This way is moving me forward. It takes time. It takes time. And you're going to have bumps in the road. When a woman is pregnant, there's morning sickness. There's bumps in the road, all right? These are things that you expect when you're going from point A to the finish line. Your mindset, number 7, your mindset must understand that there's no such thing as a problem. There are only unsolved opportunities. When you look at a problem, that's a barrier that you cannot overcome. An unsolved opportunity is you have an issue and there's a way to solve it. I just haven't thought of it yet, or I just haven't received information to help me get over it, or I haven't spoken to a person that's going to help me overcome this. It's an unsolved opportunity. Your mindset must include keeping a positive attitude and an understanding that from every negative, there also emerges a positive seed. Once again, if something doesn't work, all right, get rid of it. That's not working. Move next, try something else. This is the success formula. These are things that you expect along the way. In school, what are we taught? Oh, it's a failure. You failed. It's not right. It's not black and white. There's a gray area there. There's a gray area there. So from every negative, you're going to get a positive. You must seek to minimize your learning curve by pursuing the specialized knowledge that you need through mentors whenever possible and by trial and error when necessary. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If somebody's already done a part of what it is you want to do, or they've done everything that you want to do, then look at the successful people and copy what they've done. Take advantage of the fact that they went through the trial and error period. But sometimes you're doing something that is new, revolutionary, that nobody else has done. When that happens, you're going to have a trial and error period. So you got to keep trying. You got to see that the errors that happen. You've got to measure, your success. You got to build momentum for yourself. When things are going right, go faster. When things are not going right, slow down a little bit. Give it a rethink. Once again, ask the universe, send out the vibration so that you can get some solutions from the infinite mind. Put yourself in a relaxed state, and so that you can have some alert relaxation, so the universe can give you a puzzle piece or give you a bigger piece or create a circumstance that's going to enlighten, open your mind so that you see something from a different angle. These are the things that you must do. These are the things that all successful people, they'll tell you when they sit down, they'll say, this happened, this happened, this happened. All right, I did this, I did that. All right, this came up, I never expected that, or I got this mind flash. All right, that's number 8. Number 9, you must have faith that a continued laser focus on your objective will generate ideas from unknown sources to help you accomplish your goal. When you have a laser focus, you find that the universe is going to help you to put things in the proper order. The universe is your friend. The universe wants to help you. The universe we've made so much progress from the time of Adam until now. Think of all the things that we have. Think of the fact that you don't have to go and lift up your garage door, that you have a garage door open. You have to change the channels on your TV. You have a phrase. Just think of a cell phone. I mean, these are all things that 40 or 50 years ago, people could not envision a cell phone. They couldn't envision talking to somebody on the other side of the planet and looking at them while you're talking to them. These are all advances that we've made because we've unfolded. We've put the puzzle pieces together. But most importantly, on a personal level, number 10, you must have discipline with good habits. Successful people know that first you form good habits, and then your habits form you. So if you're somebody that the first thing every day is you're going on social media and you're worrying what, Tom, Dick, and Mary are doing on social media, and that's affecting your attitude, don't be surprised that you're not making the progress that you feel you desire and you deserve, because you don't have that singleness of purpose. You don't have that focus. You're letting somebody else control your attitude. You control your attitude. You develop good habits. You establish a relationship with the infinite mind. You take that quiet thinking time. You open up the channel of communication and put yourself in a position to receive the transmission back. You have the persistence that it takes to get from point A to point B to point C. You have the persistence to not be disappointed because your vision is so strong that it's a part of you. All right? These are the things that make a person successful. And you're going to find that when you look at successful people, there's no such thing as an overnight success. People that are successful take quite a while to achieve. So once again, there's a gestation period. Once again, the law of gender is that there's a gestation period. There's a yin and a yang. There's a bow and an arrow. One is not good without the other. It takes some time. So have the patience. I strongly recommend you go back, revisit this success formula, and see how the universal laws apply to what we just went over. And because we will never end our meeting on a philosophical note, let's get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.